And we are live. Welcome everyone back to the show on Calyx Solutions, channel. Um, which reminds me, I want to put this there. All right. You guys know me. All right. I don't I I I don't get excited that easily. Now I am passionate, don't get me wrong, but I don't get excited. All right. And really, I've um, I myself have not really focused as much as I need to on Calyx and the importance of it, because I thought people were getting it, that they were understanding what was going on. Apparently not. It's I don't know if you guys have noticed the changes in had do you think your internet is more reliable now than it was a few years ago? How often does your Wi-Fi in your house go out?
Yeah, it's pretty frequent.
Like more than prior times, right? Why?
Yeah.
Is it that the technology's gotten worse? That all of a sudden something bad just we'll slack off on everything. No. Why 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 is it that my LG TV, if I'm watching a mindless show, if I'm watching Antique Roadshow, my internet flows like a champ. But the moment that I use the browser on the LG TV and I'm trying to watch a show uh, uh, on something we would care about on YouTube, that my internet all of a sudden, I'm getting the circle of death here. Why is it all of a sudden that if I'm on my LG TV out by the pool and I go on BitChute, that all of a sudden it can't pull up it? And this just recently happened a week ago. Now the browser won't even go over to BitChute. It just swirls and then kicks me off the internet. But as soon as it kicks me off and I shut off the TV and I turn it back on and I'm watching Antique Roadshow again, works fine. But then I go over to BitChute. All of a sudden, it kicks the TV off the internet. Why? You think it's just happenstance? Whoops. Because remember, your television has a microphone. Google it. Your LG TV and Panasonic and Sony all have microphones. Why? Because the Great Reset, what they're doing right now, see, you ready, folks? Give it 3 months, and you're going to see an ad for something. And it's your television. The advertisement is going to say, order with your Amazon. Just say, I'm interested. Oh, I'm interested. And it's going to go straight to Amazon TV, your Amazon channel. And it's going to pull up that item. And it's going to ask, order now or place in cart. Order now, voice verified, order has been placed. You think I'm friggin' joking, folks? I'm not. Now, a lot of the world's going to see that, wow, that's so convenient. But it also knows what you're watching. It also knows what you're saying in your house. What if you're me and your television hears the things you say? And there's trigger words that the television is set up with an update that those trigger words put you into a certain category that you're not allowed to now do this. You're not allowed to now do that. Why is it now at the AT&T store? They broke their back trying to get me not to buy the iPhone. Oh, no, don't worry. This is only going to cost you $5 a month. Then you don't have to buy it. And you never own it, but you can turn it in. Well, if I don't own it, doesn't that give them authority to update it without my permission?
All day long.
All day long, twice on Tuesdays. Verizon's running an ad right now. Get the brand new Galaxy phone for $2 a month. $2. Do you think that $2 is wow? They're really trying to undercut their competition. No, because they know they're going to make the money off the government contracts.
Buy my phone.
Bingo. Why do you think that with the debt ceiling, all you heard was if the government quit paying its bills, or bribing corporations, why was Bloomberg interviewing the CEO of Sony? Hey, CEO of Sony, what happens if the government can no longer pay its bills? Well, us here at Sony would be in a little bit of trouble. Why is that, sir? Why is it that Sony is so reliant that the government pay its bills? Is it because Sony is now a branch or an actor for the government and is being compensated as such? Why would it matter to Sony and their share price if the government quit paying their bills, their necessary bills? Patrick,
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you have several things to say.
Well, it's a steady stream of income for Sony to begin with. It also allows them to get in bed with the government and become a player, as you had identified, in what's going on. And they become a necessary participant in all of this. Not only that, but there's a data exchange that'll take place that neither you nor I will have agreed to, but the government and Sony will have. And that will go out to all of the various arms within the government on an as-needed basis, if you will, sharing talent.
Sharing talent.
I believe that was brought up earlier. Yeah, there's a web that's being woven here that's beyond despicable. And if you look at who's involved who's involved in weaving that web, you can understand it, because one of the people that's on that that board for the CFR is the CEO of BlackRock.
What? Who done thunk it?
Yeah, no kidding. And then you look at all the people that are board of directors there, the background in media is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Yep. Yeah. And let me just elaborate on BlackRock. For those of you who don't know, they are the majority stakeholder in like over 300 companies. They own the majority of Disney. They own the majority of a lot of American and European-based technological companies. They own and control most of these corporations because they control who's on the board of directors. BlackRock, if you look who originally created BlackRock, all of the founding people were CIA. Every single one of them were CIA. Oh, and also a few of them were CIA and Mossad. The hell you say, Ben?
That was their first gig, though. I mean, these guys were running as contractors. If you go back to look at what happened over in Iraq, a lot of contractors that were working over there were BlackRock employees, and they got their hands dirty. I mean, dirty.
Oh yeah.
And
ugly.
they backed out. They backed out of there, and then ended up with they renamed the arm of their contractor business. It came out with a different name, but still did the same thing. And then BlackRock started acquiring interests in a number of things worldwide. Yeah.
Yep. The big three: BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street Bank. Yep. Between those three, they own majority of everything that touches your life: television, media, laptops, computers, iPhones. Out. Why do you think the parent company of Google is called Alphabet? Is that not a nickname for a bunch of organizations? The group known as the Alphabet, CIA, FBI, NSA. It's why our favorite number 17 says, you know more than you realize. It's just you don't put it together. Now, Patrick and I were just talking, and I'm going to talk about this more on every show the rest of the week. This is how important this is. If you and your friends do not get a Liberty laptop, and I'll tell you right now, if we had a competitor, if there was another place that offered freedom-based computers, hardware, I may not mention their name, but I would definitely say, hey, shop around, see if we're the most competitive. But why isn't there a market for this? Think about that. Why isn't there some laptop company that said, this whole freedom movement, man, I wonder if there's a market for freedom-based hardware. Nah. Then, a few weeks ago, we hear that Ledger and Trezor are all of a sudden not so reliable. You know how many people have Ledgers and Trezors that all of a sudden are now hooked in? Because it's and I don't give a shit what nobody, when you plug in your little keychain wallet, it goes to a website. It goes to a website. What if all of a sudden you plug in your Trezor Treasure's website's no longer one of the approved websites. And it's just not there. You can't access it. How do you get your coins off your treasure now, smartass? I've been trying to, and I don't want to sound mad. I'm not mad. I think that Americans have gotten so comfortable that even when they have a gun to their head, they're whistling right past the graveyard. And they're on a graveyard tour. To your left, you've got a graveyard. Please pay attention to the graveyard. Such lovely surroundings, Maud. I don't know what else to do. I showed you guys documentation from the CFR, also known as the devil. And people are like, oh, look at Bitcoin Ben showing, oh, what a great YouTube show. Have you guys ever, God, I think it was in Vietnam, or was it Tokyo Rose?
Oh, World War II.
Yep, World War II. All right, Patrick, now, you may know more information on Tokyo Rose because you've, you were 85 when that was happening.
Yeah, I would listen to it. We'd sit around the radio at night.
Right. Could you do me a favor and explain what Tokyo Rose was?
Tokyo Rose was a woman that was used by Japan for their propaganda. That was a nickname that she was given. She was a English-speaking broadcaster, and she gave updates on war events, but of course it was a bend on from the Japanese perspective, and it was a war of misinformation. There, she would give them false information, talk about certain military groups that had lost battles with the Japanese or had incurred casualties. And this was their version of getting inside of people's heads, or so they thought. The U.S. troops actually listened to it more for entertainment than anything else. And there were a couple of others. I mean, there was Tokyo Rose, and then over in Europe, there was a cat named Lord Haw Haw, which did the same thing, but he was German. He actually had, he was English speaking and probably raised in the U.S. But Tokyo Rose, gosh, when did she start? I think she started her gig in 42.
I think that's right.
And went all the way through 45. And then she was arrested, and she served time for her involvement But it wasn't. I think she was actually cited for treason. Yeah, her parents were placed in an internment camp in Arizona. Her name was Eva Tagora. And she was, I'm not seeing what the length of the sentence was. She was convicted in 49. She was pardoned in 77 by Gerald Ford. So she did not see the hangman's noose, which she probably should have. But yeah, she was. She actually provided more entertainment for the troops than shocked them. But their whole intent was to use her to misinform the troops and get inside their heads and cause turmoil. So,
Yep. The reason I wanted to bring her up was Japan knew if they put a woman on there with a soft voice and pleasant to listen to, and just because you got a bunch of guys over there that, you know, they don't hear a woman's pleasant voice very often. They don't get that warmth of a woman's voice very often. And that's why she was so popular. And she didn't have to come out and just, American troops, do this. No, it was subtle. It was little things she would say that would misinform enough. It wasn't shocking. She wasn't a shock jock. She was little nudges to shift the perception of the troops, because that was her only job. Change the perception of the troops enough. Encourage drug use. If you listen to some of her episodes, if you can find them, I think there are, I don't remember, God, this was years ago, but you can find them online, encouraging drug use amongst the troops. It was ruining them from within with something they thought was safe, something that made them feel good. That's what it was.
We're in the middle of a
This is what they're doing now, except they don't need a Tokyo Rose. They have your Tokyo television. They have your Tokyo radio. Why is it, listen up, folks, why is it that Ford this year was going to leave off AM radio? Leave AM radio off of their new cars. And then when the AM Radio Association gave them hell, they're like, okay. And it was one software update. That's it. Why wouldn't you just offer it? It's always been there. It isn't an extra cost. Why would you choose to take off AM radio? You know why? Because I, for about $300, can broadcast on AM radio. Weird. My friends, if you don't see them slamming the door shut, then you're choosing not to. And people ask me, "Ben, where do you get the information that you get?" Most of the time it's out there. You you just have to take what they're saying and rearrange the sentence. Like how I heard about Ford was the local farm guy that I listened to on AM radio up in St. that I listened to on my app in the morning was complaining that one of his friends' new Fords didn't have AM radio. And in fact, he thought his friend was messing with him, saying, "Hey, I can't get your show so bad, they won't even let me listen to it on a Ford." And he thought he was joking. But his friend actually came over. Yep, no AM option. And he's like, "Well, what the hell? How the hell's that work?" So he started talking about it on his show. And that's how I heard about it. And I'm like, well, I didn't know Ford would do. The rest of them were right behind Ford. Why? If it's just an update, or if it's just adding software, why wouldn't they? There's no extra labor. It's a feature. That itself tells you the agenda. If there's zero cost, if Patrick and I found some software for crypto laptop or Liberty laptop, zero cost, and it added value to the laptop, damn right we'd put it on there. Unless we knew the agenda of the software did not go along with our product. Right? Why would AM radio not go along with the Ford's agenda? Because they can't control the content. With FM radio, they can. People need to realize they're shutting the door And unless you change your door, you're done. Your door is your laptop. Your door is being able to control your own hardware. Why did they have to sue Chevy, Ford, Dodge for a right to work on your own machines? There was a lawsuit. I want to say it was against
John Deere.
Yeah, John Deere. Because John Deere said, nope, you can't work on your own machines. You got to bring them back to us. The farmers sued and said, what the hell is that?
Yeah, you try to stop a farmer from working on his machine. No.
Nope. Farmers are the most self-sufficient sons of bitches you'll ever meet in your life. If a farmer ever said, oh yeah, I got a flat tire, I had to call up A1 Rescue, the rest of the farmers would kick his ass out of the coffee shop.
They'd take his card.
Yep. Sorry, you're no longer a farmer. If you can't change your own damn flat tire, get the hell out of here. This is what I'm talking about, folks. Calyx Solutions sells weapons in the information war. That's what we sell. Is right now, anybody that doesn't have a Calyx Solutions laptop has the weapons the enemy sent us. How much would you trust a gun? Say somebody tried breaking into your house, and when you confront them, they hand you a weapon and go, here you go. This is to defend your house from me. You think that thing's going to be loaded with bullets? No. Or do you think that thing's going to be loaded with blanks? Or loaded at all? Or even fully functioning? No. What if they superglued the safety? Oh, it's fully operational. Look, you can look at it and see it's fully operational. But then when you go to switch said safety off, it's superglued. That's the laptop you're using right now. You're using a weapon that the enemy gave you. Good luck with that. You got questions? Call or text 702-845-8276. And at the end of that conversation, you don't understand why we at Calyx do what we do. then you weren't listening. You weren't listening. Call or text now, or go to the website. Links right under the YouTube video. It's the only link there.
Want to talk about the customized?
Oh yeah. And because we understand that a lot of our clients want a higher grade of computer than we have on our website. We offer a good computer at a good price. If you want a higher grade computer and you want Calyx Solutions, who put our secret sauce into it and set it up as a Calyx computer, call Patrick or text. This is the only way you can do this. This option's not on our website. Call or text Patrick at 702-845-8276. Let him know, I want this much RAM, this much whatever. Give him the specs for the computer. And we'll put it all together, send you an invoice. You pay the invoice, and we will get the computer. We'll set it up and ship it to you. Gee, Ben, why would you do that? Because people have higher needs for a computer. That's fine. We'll help you. But we're not going to list every damn computer variable option out there on our website. There's too many. But if you know what you want, and you definitely want a Liberty laptop created custom computer or a desktop, whichever, call Patrick, 702-845-8276. If you have a business you're starting, call Patrick. If you have a nephew who needs a laptop, call Patrick. Because your nephew, through his laptop, is going to get brainwashed. Your mom, your dad. See, all of you, if you're looking for a computer, you should not be going to Amazon. You should be going to Calyx to start with. Because tell me another supplier that's working as hard as us to keep you guys and us safe from this shit show we got going on. Calyx is very lucky. We have no competition. Zero competition. There is no other place out there. So, once again, I've rambled on, Patrick, and I think
highly entertaining.
Oh, I appreciate it. Hopefully the information is more valuable than the entertainment.
Yeah, well, it is.
Episode.
It is. It's both. It's both. Yeah.
I don't want people to just get nudged into the matrix.
Right.
We're already deep enough in the matrix. We're trying to get out of the matrix, and they're reinforcing the matrix with the computers we use, the houses we live in, the televisions we watch. Hell, if I could figure out how to reconfigure a television, I'd do it. But I don't know how to do that.
Right.
But we do know how to reconfigure a laptop and a computer.
We can do that.
We can't save you if you're watching TV. But we can help you if you're buying a laptop. TV at your own risk.
That's the truth. That's the truth. You can't censor that. You can change the channel, but you can't fix the quality of the bullshit that's coming through on it. So
this is a great point from our technical guy at CALIX. No other person will protect your laptop unless it's your employer. That's what makes Calyx Solutions special. We look out for the common individual. Yes. And really, your employer, I guarantee they don't even know how much infiltration. If companies understood that when they're buying these laptops, that if they're storing sensitive corporate information on computers that they bought from, I don't know, let's say Dell or some other entity, that's like having your wife's boyfriend cook you dinner. Here's your cheeseburger, sir. It's delicious. Never mind the arsenic flavoring on top. What do you think corporate espionage is? And do you think that Dell and Apple and whatever other brand's laptop you can think of, you don't think the government, that they're from the country they're made in? Why do you think China and America are both freaking out over the chip company over in whatever the hell the name of that place is? Taiwan, is that what it is? Why is America so worried about a chip manufacturer in Taiwan? And if China has control of it, why are they willing to go to World War III over it? Let's think long and hard about this, folks. Is it because the chips are the key? Is it because all the chips have backdoors? Is it because China, Clinton emails, Clinton server are accessible? I don't know what else to tell you guys. I hope the episode before this and this episode, you guys are starting to get it. You should not be buying a laptop or getting a computer anywhere but Calyx or your wife's boyfriend is serving you dinner. I'm sure it's pure as a driven snow. I'm done, Patrick.
Got it.
Anything you'd like to add?
I do want folks to know that we have an Apple variant of a desktop, the Mac Mini. Those have been purchased probably a couple of handfuls of times, along with Nooks. We have the Intel Nooks, which is a PC version of that. They're very small.
They're
about
very
5 inches wide, 5 inches deep, 2.5 inches high, 16 gigs at least. We've had 32 gigs on the PC version, a terabyte of data, an i7 processor. You can pick these things up, unplug them quickly, and throw them inside of a safe.
that's a cheaper option, I think, isn't it?
The desktop that we build may come out very close to that, but it won't. And we're able to find the Nooks, like I was saying, 16 gig of RAM, 32 gig of RAM. We can pretty much find them in whatever size they want. And the hard drives. Now, I would warn against getting a large hard drive on the Liberty laptop, primarily because you don't want to have your data stored on this, not a significant amount. I would have an external drive.
Yes.
Western Digital sells external drives that are yay big, 2 terabytes for about $80. It's better to have an external. That way, if somebody happens to get into your laptop, you don't have that data on that hard drive. It's in the external, and if you air gap it by unplugging it, nobody's getting into it. So, food for thought. Yeah, and then just give us a call, and we'll help you sort through what you want in terms of the specs. You want a mid tower, you want a full tower, a mini tower, whatever it is. We'll figure that one out. So give us a shout, 702-845-8276, or you can email us at info@calyxsolutions.io. Let us know what you're looking for, and we'll help you solve that. All right?
Yep. It's really this simple. If you're alive and you use a computer, call Patrick now. Because as we move forward, folks, it ain't gonna get better. It's gonna get worse. And you need time to learn how to use the Liberty laptop. Because the Liberty laptop is not just us sending you a laptop and going, have a good one.
Yeah, that's a great point.
It's sending you the laptop with the information and education to use the laptop correctly.
Yeah, there's a video that we have that will help you configure the browser the way that it needs to be configured with a VPN. If you look at it in terms of how you currently use the internet, there's 3 billion pages that are available to you, and you access what are referred to as registered domains. Those websites have all been indexed. They have spiders and bots that go through them on a daily basis to categorize and catalog the keywords and phrases associated with those websites, which makes your going to Google or Bing easier to get results. But you're limited to 3 billion pages. Now, I know that's, it's quite a lot, but we're talking about constricting the amount of access to information in the near future. You don't want to be using that particular access point, because the ISPs are also going to start reducing access. If you're using the free web or the deep web, there's 97 billion pages available there that are not indexed. They are not
a little bit more.
Yeah, just a bit more. Not registered domains. And there's a wealth of information out there, but you have to do it using a different format. So we show you how to configure your browser so that you can work on the deep web and get the information. We tell you how you have to configure your VPN so that you can do it safely. And then once you have those things down, it's not difficult. It's just different. It's just different. That's all.
Yep. We even show you how to hook your computer up inside your house to make it more secure.
Right.
It's
that's using Ethernet connection.
Yeah.
Into the back of your modem. So,
all right, we're out of here, everybody. I don't care who you are. Call Patrick now, 702-845-8276. Ask him a few questions. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Everyone have a great day. Love you guys. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Adios.